When we think of knights, our minds leap to shining armour, crusading warriors, and codes of chivalry. We imagine the famous Knights Templar, the Hospitallers, or the Teutonic Knights. But what if I told you that medieval Europe was filled with dozens of other knightly orders, some pious, some bizarre, and some that seem more like the stuff of legend than history? In 1408, King Sigismund of Hungary founded the Order of the Dragon, a society dedicated to defending Christendom against the Ottoman Turks. Its members swore to wear the symbol of a coiled dragon with its tail wrapped around its neck, symbolising eternal struggle. Perhaps most famously, Vlad II of Wallachia, father of Vlad the Impaler, was inducted. This dragon connection may even have inspired the name Dracula. What began as a holy mission took on a sinister reputation, echoing through legend. Not all knightly orders were for the healthy or the wealthy. The Order of St. Lazarus welcomed lepers. Founded in Jerusalem during the Crusades, it provided refuge and dignity for knights afflicted with leprosy. Despite their illness, they fought in battle, often feared as warriors who had nothing left to lose. In a society that often shunned the sick, this order gave them a place of honour. Founded by King John II of France, the Order of the Star had one of the strangest rules. Knights were forbidden from retreating more than 4 steps in battle. Unsurprisingly, this ideal of absolute bravery led to disaster. Many members died holding ground they should have abandoned. The order was short-lived, but its extreme devotion shows just how far medieval ideals of honour could go. Created by Philip the Good, Duke of Burgundy, the Order of the Golden Fleece was named not after the biblical lamb, but the Greek myth of Jason and the Argonauts. Its symbolism was prestige, wealth, and divine favour. Admission was highly exclusive, and knights displayed a golden pendant shaped like a sheepskin. Though prestigious, its mythical theme made it one of the most unusual orders of its time. This order was dedicated to guarding the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem, believed to be the burial place of Christ. While many orders guarded land or people, these knights were bound to protect a single sacred site. Their devotion was so intense that initiation ceremonies sometimes took place inside the tomb itself. The order still exists today, though more ceremonial than military. In medieval symbolism, the swan represented purity and loyalty. In Brandenburg, the Order of the Swan was founded to honour the Virgin Mary and Saint Mary Magdalene. Members swore oaths of chastity, and during feasts, actual swans would sometimes be presented to remind them of their vows. Though it sounds gentle, its strict moral code rivaled any military order in severity. In the court of Naples, King Louis I of Anjou created the Order of the Knot. Members wore a knotted cord as their badge, symbolising eternal loyalty. The knot was not to be untied until death, making it both a literal and symbolic bond. Though it lasted only a few years, it remains one of the strangest orders, more focused on ceremonial symbolism than actual warfare. In Portugal, the Order of Avis emerged from the need to defend frontier lands during the Reconquista. Its members lived like monks but fought like knights, sworn to poverty, chastity, and obedience. Uniquely, their emblem was a green cross resembling a flower, a nod to springtime renewal. In a world of harsh steel and bloodshed, their gentle symbol stood out. This order, lesser known but intriguing, was devoted to St. Catherine of Mount Sinai, famed for her wisdom and martyrdom. Members swore to defend scholars, clerics, and pilgrims. Unlike most knightly orders, it leaned more toward intellectual defence, blending chivalry with learning. It reminds us that medieval knighthood wasn't always about swords and shields. It was sometimes about knowledge and protection of the mind. Founded in Denmark, the Order of the Elephant remains one of the oldest and most prestigious in Europe. Its symbol, a silver elephant, represented strength, wisdom, and reliability. But elephants were almost mythical in medieval Europe. Known only from bestiaries, or the rare exotic gift. To wear the elephant was to be part of something exotic and rare, connecting knights to a world far beyond their borders. These strange knightly orders show us a different side of medieval chivalry. Not every knight rode in shining armour under the Templar cross. Some swore vows on knots, some carried swan symbols, some were sick, and some even wore the image of elephants. Together they paint a picture of a world where symbolism, faith, and strange traditions bound men together into brotherhoods that defined them